Hi guys, what is up? It's Sophie. Welcome to a new video. Today I'm doing a video talking about everything you need to know about the University of Arizona. I just finished my freshman year there and it was literally the best year of my life, and I'm assuming you're watching this video either as an incoming freshman or an aspiring U of A student. So just know that you've made the right choice. U of A is literally the best, and today I'm just going to share you guys some information that I learned as a student at the school that you might not know before you get there. So I'm giving all the tea on dorms, meal plans, parties, Greek life, all of that. So yeah, let's get into it. So first off, let's talk about dorms, because going into it, I knew what dorm I wanted, but I didn't know anything really about the area, where it was located compared to campus, what sort of amenities it had and stuff. I'm just gonna be going through the dorms I recommend and then don't recommend, and sort of everything you need to know about them. So first off, I lived in Coronado, and if you're looking to live in the party dorm, that's Coronado. AZ So is right next to Coronado, and it is also sort of has that reputation. Coronado is great because it's very social, and also it's suite style bathrooms. So basically you're gonna be in a room with a roommate, or they also have one-person rooms. So if you don't want a roommate, there is a floor with that. But most of it is you, a roommate, and then you share a bathroom with two other roommates. And it's all genders, but like every suite is only gonna be to one, but like you could have like guys as your neighbors if you are a suite of girls, you know, it's not like mixed up by floors or anything. I really recommend Coronado. The rooms are small, so if you want to see the size of them, you can check out my dorm tour video that I did. I just think it's totally worth it to live there your freshman year because it's very social. And so Coronado is part of the Park District of dorms. So there's different districts, and in this district with Coronado is AZ So, like I said, and also Arbol, which is the former honors dorm, but now it's open to everyone. So it's very big, it's really nice. I had some friends who live there and the rooms are huge. AZ So has bigger rooms as well, but they have community bathrooms. Arbol does too. So if you want a bigger room and you still want to be in sort of more of that party atmosphere, I would say go with one of those. And then this is something I had no idea about before I got to U of A. Everyone talks about Highland Market, but the Park District actually has their own student union as well that has some of my favorite food options. I'm going to talk about like food options on campus later, but the Park Student Union has way more options than Highland Market. They have a little grocery store where you can get groceries. They have a crepe place. They have a bagel place. Upstairs, they have a ton of restaurants. And then they also have this place Core, which is really great for healthy options. And it's literally like right next to Coronado, AZ So, and Arbol. And that was my go-to place to eat on meal plan a lot. And this section of dorms is also very close to University Ave, which is like the street with all of the boutiques and restaurants and bars, so it's really convenient that it's that close to that as well. Okay, and then there's also, as I mentioned, the Highland District, which has Highland Market, which is their own little student union like the Park Student Union, but it's a lot smaller. The Highland District has a ton of dorm buildings that are all right next to each other, and it's also across the street from the gym, which is super nice if you want to be able to get to the gym a lot. Like living in those dorms, it's very convenient to get there. From where I lived, I would say it was about a 10-minute walk to the gym, which I didn't mind at all, but if you want that convenience, the Highland dorms are the closest. They are like known to be smaller. I didn't have a ton of friends who lived in them, but they are probably a little bit closer to campus, I would say. The street with all the Highland dorms on it is literally, you walk straight down that way and you're at the mall. So out of the dorms that are in the Highland area, Lakey's is known to be the nicest. It has really big rooms. It is directly across from the gym. It is very hard to live there as a freshman unless you pay your housing fee as soon as you get admitted, which I really recommend that you do so that you have the most options for housing. I was barely able to get a room in Coronado, and I paid my housing fee literally the end of January. So even if you're not 100% sure that you want to go to U of A, unless you're like, I'm just applying, I'm definitely not going here. If you have any like sort of considerations that you might want to go there, just pay your housing fee. I think it might be like $200 or something, but it's definitely worth it because otherwise you might get stuck in a dorm that you don't necessarily want. I mean, you can pay it in August if you get admitted then, but I would say try to pay it in like the start of your senior year before winter break. Likens is the dorm that houses athletes, so that is also why it's hard to get into because it fills up very fast with athletes. And then there's also the Honors Village, which is very far from campus in my opinion. It's kind of like its own little area, and they have a lot of stuff. They have their own gym. You can basically only live there in honors or if your roommate is in honors, and so a lot of honors classes take place in that building, which is very convenient. And they also have their own dining hall in there, but like I said, it is very far from campus. I am in the honors college, but I chose not to live there just because I wanted to live in Coronado and have that experience, and I'm glad I did that. My walks from Coronado to the Honors Village for classes, I had classes there every semester. That was like a good 30-minute walk to get there from my dorm. So there definitely is a whole convenience factor, and they're very nice. They have like huge bathrooms and a lot of different styles of housing in it. So like there's like apartment styles where you could have your own kitchen. I think you can feel a little secluded, kind of hard if you want to like go to a pregame at Coronado. You either have to Uber there or walk 30 minutes to get there. So yeah, I would say it's convenient and it's inconvenient. It depends what you're looking for, I would say. So next up, let's talk about food on campus and off campus and meal plans. So I am in a sorority, so I'm not sure if all of the fraternities do it. I know a few do, and pretty much all of the sororities do. They offer lunch and dinner at the houses, so you basically pay for that within your dues for being in Greek life. So every week, Monday to Friday, I had the option to have lunch or dinner at my house. But I have a very like weird schedule, I would say. Like I decided to have a lot of later classes instead of morning classes because I just can't do mornings. So by the time I was like up and finished with the gym for the day, lunch was already over. So I basically never went to lunch at the house, and we had some very good options, so I definitely missed out on that. But I would go to the house for dinner a few times a week, especially on Monday nights when we had chapter dinner. So it was just very convenient to go there, have dinner, and then go right to chapter with everyone. But because of this, I got the smallest meal plan on campus just so that I would have money available to use, but I wasn't paying like an insane amount for that and for sorority meal plans. There's two types of meal plans, and I'm gonna say it, just do cat cash. Do cat cash. Don't do a meal plan. Meal plans can only be used on campus, so only places that are available on campus. Whereas cat cash, if you just get like a certain amount of cat cash for the year, you can fill it up whenever. Cat cash can literally go for everything. It goes for your laundry in the dorms. It goes for any food on campus. It goes for a lot of food off campus. So a lot of the places on university accept cat cash. Even some of the stores do. I think cat cash is a much better option just because you have way more options. You have everything you can get with a meal plan and more. So what I did is I got a little bit of money for cat cash every semester, and then I also have my meal plan. So my cat cash money I just basically used for off-campus food, and then like I said, laundry, printing, stuff like that. But I would say just go for the cat cash instead of getting a meal plan because you can put as much money as you want on it and you can literally use it almost anywhere. So I would say go for that. And so my personal favorite places to eat on campus, like I mentioned before, Core is super good. There's a Core located in the main student union, and there's also, like I said, Core in the Park Student Union. And so the Core Plus in the PSU has like everything that the regular Core does plus more. So they have salads. It's literally like build your own salad, so you can just get anything you want in a salad, any type of dressing, they have it. It's super good. I was a big fan of there. I definitely ate there at least once, probably twice a week. They also have rice bowls that are really good. Core Plus also have like quesadillas, fajitas, stir fry. So that's one of the best like healthy options on campus. Also Shake Smart, that's my absolute favorite place to eat on campus. It's located in both of the gyms, so the regular gym and the gym at the Honors Village. I'm back right now and I'm literally so sad it's closed because all I want is a freaking acai bowl from there. Literally, me and all of my friends are addicted. Like I would get an acai bowl or a protein shake after every single workout, and that would be like my lunch for the day because it is just so freaking good. I have eaten plenty of acai bowls from plenty different places in my life, and I can't recommend any of them more than Shakespeare. Like, it's just so good. But yeah, they have a ton of acai bowl options. They have a ton of protein shakes. They have literally so many different flavors. They're all so good. I recommend, if you like matcha, they have a really good matcha protein shake. I love it. Okay, and there's a lot of little convenience stores in the student unions at U of A, but one of my favorites is called Enrich Urban Market. They have a lot of little healthy snack options, and then also like groceries. I would get my bananas from there every week, and they also have a lot of juices, and I don't know, it's a very good place again for like a little healthy whatever you want. On Deck Deli is another place that's located in the main union and the PSU. It's literally a build your own sandwich place. They also have like build your own salads too, but I've never had a salad from there because I would always just go to court. Their sandwiches are super good. You can get whatever you want in it. The one thing I honestly don't like about U of A is the food options. In a way, like, I found like the places that are good and that I like, but when you first walk into the student union, it literally just looks like a mall food court because there's like Panda Express, Chick-fil-A, Papa John's, like just a lot of fast food options that aren't necessarily the most appealing to me all the time, and I don't want to be eating like that every day, you know? So those few places are my favorites to eat on campus. And then also, forgot to mention, Starbucks is also on meal plan and Cat Cash. There are two Starbuckses at U of A. There's the one that's in the bookstore and one at the library. One other thing I want to mention really quickly is that Grubhub at U of A, you can basically log in with your school email and sync up your meal plan or Cat Cash to Grubhub, and you can't use that on like off-campus foods, but on-campus foods you can either have it delivered to your dorm and pay with meal plan through Grubhub, or you can order ahead of time and pick it up right away. So for Starbucks, that's a really good option if you just want to grab it on your way to class and you don't want to have to wait there. It's super convenient, and it's really nice that you can just use that with Cat Cash and everything. So yeah. A few of my favorite places to eat off campus are Illegal Pete's. You will hear about Illegal Pete's. It's on University. It's the exact same as Chipotle pretty much, but I like it better in my opinion. The food is just so good. Like their bowls, their quesadillas, like oh my gosh. And then Time Market is a little bit further down on University. If you literally just walk straight down, it's there. It's not that far of a walk, and they just have some really great food. Also, they have good pizza, good salads. Their kale salad with chicken is my absolute favorite. The Dutch is another really good place to eat. It's on University. It's on the corner, literally right across from the school where the mall starts and everything. They have so many good foods. Like their avocado toast is amazing. Their salads, their mac and cheese, it's very good. And then another place, this is kind of further from campus, you have to Uber here or drive, but Guadalajara is this Mexican restaurant that everyone goes to. You will be seeing all people's Snapchats with the huge ass drinks, and it's just a fun place. Not exactly the best food you'll ever have, but if you go there, you're going there for the environment, the experience, and it's a really fun place to go for birthdays. Let's talk about classes. So obviously, like, your classes are going to be different based on your major. I'm a retail and consumer science major, and I have some friends in the same major as me, which is really nice because now that we're getting into our major classes, we're going to be having stuff together. Everyone has to do gen eds, and there are quite a few gen eds that you have to get done. I won't be done with them, I think, until after next semester. And I did like a few, like I did a winter class. I had some AP credit. If you can get AP credit, literally use it because it'll save you a bunch with gen eds and help you get into your major classes quicker. So for gen eds for English, like there's English 101 and 102, and then there's English 109H, which is what I did. If you did any AP English classes in high school, I would recommend doing 109H. It gets 101 and 102 out of the way in one semester. It's like called an honors class, but anyone can take it. You don't have to be in honors. I honestly didn't think it was that hard. I thought it was very similar to the level of work I had to do in AP Lang in high school. So if you feel like you're at a pretty good level for English, I would recommend doing it. I honestly got better grades in that class than I did in most of my English classes in high school, and it was a college level class. So math, you'll have to do a math placement exam, or if you submit your SAT or ACT math score, they'll place you based on that. I just did math 112 last semester, and it wasn't that bad. That was college level algebra, and Now I'm in statistics for the summer, and once I get that done, I'm basically done with math, which is really nice. And then I also had to do French language requirement. I'm not sure if every major has to do language, but mine did. So I did French 201 and that got it out of the way. I did that first semester of college. I had to do a placement exam for it and I got placed into that. But if you do AP French, AP Spanish, any AP language, that'll get you out of, and you get, I think, at least a 3 or above on the exam. That'll get you out of it. And then there's also this whole gen ed system of other classes that you have to take. There's like different tiers for, like, you have to take like individuals and societies. You have to take 2 classes in that for tier 1 and then 1 tier 2, I'm pretty sure. You'll see. It's kind of hard to explain. You'll get the hang of it once you're here. But some gen eds that fall into those categories that I've taken so far that I recommend are AFAS 160 with Brian Carter. It's an online class. It's Intro to African American Literature. It was really interesting, easy. It's known as one of the easier classes you can take at U of A to get that gen ed credit. And then for a tier 2 natural science class, I just took last semester Geoscience 218 with Professor Goodman. This is like all about natural disasters. It actually was really interesting for someone who does not like science. And again, it was really easy. All of these classes I ended up with an A in. Those are the ones that I've taken so far that I recommend. But if you are an incoming U of A freshman, you should join U of A Easy Class Guide on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. You can search up a lot of classes and professors, and people like post saying like, has anyone taken this class? Like, what's the difficulty level? Is the professor good? And people will comment and say, yes, recommend taking it, or no, it was super hard. And that's how I find a lot of the gen eds that I take. So, and then also look up all your professors on Rate My Professors. Okay, and now I'm going to talk a little bit about Greek life and parties. Now, both of these, I either already have videos up on my channel about it or I will have them very soon. So I'm just going to talk briefly about it. Greek life is pretty big at U of A. I'm pretty sure it's in between 20 to 25% of the students' population who's a part of it. But especially freshman year, I feel like it's just a very big emphasis on Greek life because so many people do rush. I mean, I guess it's not that many, but it feels like a lot of that. Most of the parties when you're under 21 are going to be frat parties. There definitely is a very strong Greek presence here. Sorority and fraternity recruitment is very different this upcoming semester than normal. So I can't totally speak a ton about it because I don't exactly know everything that's gonna happen yet. I'm just gonna talk about what it's normally like really quickly because hopefully after the semester it'll go back to normal. So formal recruitment for sororities and fraternities usually takes place on the week before school starts. So all of the dorms open up early to people who are rushing, and that whole first week before school starts, you're gonna be going through recruitment. There's different sets every day as you get towards pref. I definitely think it's worth it to go through recruitment at least. Even if you come out of it realizing you don't want to be in a sorority, but really as cheesy as it sounds, if you trust the process, like, you will find where you're meant to be. It totally worked out that way for me and I'm so happy with my sorority. So, and if you're not interested in Greek life, there's literally so many other ways to get involved. Like, U of A has like 500 clubs. You don't have to worry if you don't think that Greek life is for you. There's plenty of other ways to meet people. But yeah, party wise, U of A is a party school. It's very, very fun. Most of the parties, like I said, when you're under 21, it's a lot of Greek life because you can't go to the bars yet. But yeah, I would definitely say being in Greek life does help with all of that just because you get those connections, but you definitely don't need to be in Greek life to party, especially if you're a girl. I am gonna be honest, if you're a guy and you're not in Greek life, like, it is harder. You're not gonna have the same experience in terms of going to frat parties. So honestly, like, I do think that's something to keep in mind if you're interested in U of A as a guy and you want like the whole party like experience, but you don't want to be in Greek life. I know plenty of guys who didn't and they still have a lot of fun here. I just think it's not necessarily the same, or maybe like what you're expecting. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing a whole video on what college parties are really like and all of my advice, so stay tuned for that, or maybe it's already out. If it is, I'll link it below. Okay, so that is all the advice I have for today's video. I hope that this helped any incoming or aspiring U of A students. Again, you made the right choice. You're gonna love it. Best school ever, literally most beautiful place. I'm so happy I'm back. And if you have any other questions, you can leave them below, DM me, like I will always respond. I love talking about my school and sharing info about it, so yeah, I'm always here if you have questions. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and you can check out my social media if you want to see more about what life is like at U of A. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.